Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. I just wanted to talk to y'all because I feel a little anxious. I know that we're all supposed to be fortified and strong and all these things, but I'm just talking about normal human behavior because I'm starting to see people behave in ways, not our people, because our people are still lost in the sauce. I'm just keep it a buck. I'm not really concerned about black people right now. Who I am concerned about are the pilgrims, are the children of the corn, the Esau and them, the Edomites, those in confederacy with them who understand what's happening. So I've been working on this project for a couple of months now, and it was on a trial basis. And I'll just say, I'm not going to say I'm OCD or a perfectionist, but I've worked in a professional field long enough as in as a minority in this particular field that I know I have to go above and beyond. I have to be excellent. I have to know more than everybody. When I say everybody, it means usually the white people that I work with. I don't care how many degrees they have, whatever. Just life has dealt me cards where I've always had to know more, be better. And for that, there are always fiery darts coming for me. So I've been working on this project with this woman. I'll just say she's a Karen to some extent, but very disrespectful. She's an older white lady, and in the middle of the project, she just kind of started. I don't know. She just really rubbed me the wrong way. She was just always disrespectful and talk to you. You know how some white people just are just always brash and like, this is just how we are. This is how we are. This is how we talk. Well, oblivious to other people's culture, or maybe not even oblivious. Just that's how they roll. And because, us black people being here in captivity for these generations, we're accustomed to it. When we see it, when we see flashes of it, we already know, what time it is. And so I've been biting my tongue and not saying nothing and just, trying to second guess myself. Like, why is this woman acting like this? And I've just found that during this awakening, and as I have been out and about in the world, in a lot of instances, I'm seeing these, you know, so-called white people, Edomites, Esau, them, children of the corn. They are really um, on some demon time. That's the best way I'm gonna say it. They are on some demon time, like for real. It's almost as if they know this is the end, and they are being as brutal and disrespectful and dehumanizing as they can as the Titanic sinks. And if I didn't know what I know, and if I didn't know who I was, I might be discouraged. I might be upset. I might react in a different way. But because I know who I am, because I know who I belong to, and because I know my captivity is ending, that Babylon is getting ready to fall, and they will no longer have rule over us. They will be treated the way they've treated us, but worse. I just, I just smile. And so I had a situation yesterday where, you know, this woman was talking to me very nasty while I was doing my work. And I was just like, what is her deal? Why is she coming for me? But she's done it the whole time. But yesterday, I don't know, just something just snapped at me. And so I was like, almost like, yes, massa, in responding to her, because that's the way she was talking to me. And of course, when you give them back their medicine, then they can't take it. Then, oh, you're not talking to me respectfully. And I'm like, I'm communicating with you the way that you communicate with me. You're not respectful to me, but you don't examine how you uh, speak to me. Just because you are the supervisor, you just feel as though you can speak any kind of way to me. I'm a black woman of a different season. I'm not no 25-year-old black woman. I'm not finna take that. I'm just not. I'll take a lot. But at this point, I'm not taking anything from them. I'm not going to allow them to disrespect me. And I'm not going to allow them to disrespect or abuse anybody else that's around me. I'm just not. I understand where their frustration and their superiority complexes are coming from. They're not coming from a place of ignorance. They're coming from a place um, of just evil. I guess it's the best way. It's just evil. They understand. They may not fully understand, but they understand that their time is winding down. And who are they going to lash out at? Is us. Who are they going to use? First one, last one hired, first one hired. Last one hired, first one fired. Us. Who are they going to um, financially neglect? Us. Who are they going to target when all things go wrong in their lives, whether it's their business fails, they lose their jobs, whatever? Even if all these immigrants are coming across the border, they're going to target us because we are the world's favorite whipping boards. And so when I saw this woman's behavior yesterday, it really just it triggered me, and we ended up parting ways because I had had enough of the disrespect, and I don't like, I don't know, I'm really uncomfortable right now working with certain groups of people because I know they don't have our best interest at heart. I know they want us to exploit us, and sometimes they want us to dehumanize and disrespect us because they get joy from that. The world is just cold and dark and wicked. And as things get worse, as the news starts spreading about all these things that are going to make them lose their money or lose their businesses or lose their status in society, they're going to lash out at us. You're going to see Edom lash out at you on your job. They're going to lash out at you in the parking lot. They're going to lash out at you while you're dining out, minding your own business. They're going to lash out as you try to cross the street. They're just going to not have patience and tolerance for you. And that's what I feel and that's what I see. And I want to talk about it because I don't think we are prepared for a Jim Crow 2.0. I've lived in the South. I've lived in places where there are few black people or it's very segregated. So I know how to navigate this. I've lived where people, wear Confederate flags to school and rationalize the Civil War. I've lived it. I've lived in a state that flew the Confederate flag on top of the state capitol and wouldn't take it down until people got killed who were um, representatives at our state capitol, a representative and a minister. But it took some black people dying in order for them to do the right thing. That spirit of hatred and evil and dehumanization, that thing is never going away in them. And so what we need to understand is things are getting ready to get difficult for us. These are going to be birth pains. We're going to see them and they're going to be painful. Your children are going to experience them in school. My poor grandson, he's 6 years old, and we transferred him from one school to the next school. And the school is predominantly white, but his teachers are white. The majority of his class is white. But somehow always manages to be seen and his behavior is always a problem. And so I'm constantly, having to coach my son on my experiences with he and his brother, the things that I had to go through, while they were in K through 12 public schools, just advocating for them, standing there, with them, not allowing the schools to bully them, stepping to teachers like literally have, look, you're not going to keep talking about his behavior. What is his test score saying? What are his grades? He's not failing in nothing. Why are you focusing on his behavior all the time? I feel like he is under attack. Like you literally have to take it to these Edomites and just be like, hey, I see what you're doing. You don't like him. I understand he's not white. You don't have no tolerance for him, but you're not going to mistreat him. The law say I got to send him here, and so he's here. So but you're not going to mistreat him because I'm coming every day. And now they fix it where you can't hardly go to the school. You got to make appointments. You can't talk to the teacher directly. Everybody's scared because they doing stuff to these kids, and the kids coming home and now nobody wants to deal with the repercussions. So it's a lot of stuff going on everywhere. And we got to really gird our loins. We have to protect our minds. We got to build up our spirits. We got to get into our word and just be ready for this spiritual warfare because we are dealing with some old principalities, these old spirits roaming around this earth and these people. They ain't gonna change. So you're gonna have to learn how to war spiritually as well as physically. Because the next phase after they harass us, get all the laws in place that protect them and leave us unprotected is they come for you. And so we get into a place where you're going to have to protect your children. You're going to have to protect your spouses. You're going to have to protect yourself at work. You're going to have to protect yourself when you're out. It's going to get so bad where you're not even really going to be able to be out much. And, as far as these jobs and things, this stuff is getting ready to come to an end. These people are going to get rid of us. And, this is why I've been preaching for the last couple of years about trying to be self sufficient, have alternative ways to take care of yourself. If you have resources, put it in gold and silver, try to find a way to make it living off of people's hardships. And I don't mind, I'm not speaking of like the schemes of investing and all that stuff because I don't have no time for nobody to be telling me. You told me to invest in strawberries and I did, and the strawberry business didn't go well, and I lost $50,000. I'm not getting into that with y'all. What I am telling you though is what can you do for people when things are hard and that people will find valuable? What can you barter for? A cup of rice for what? What service? Somebody fixes your car, your truck. What can you give them that is of value that they would appreciate or they could use to keep themselves alive? We are headed to those times. What is going to happen when the grocery stores run out of food, or when they say this is a whites only grocery store, but you've gone there your whole life? What is going to happen when you can't go to the gas station, when your money, is not there in the bank, your money has been taken? What happens when, we got to send our kids to school and your kids are coming home every day with a report about insufferable, intolerable white female teacher who continually dehumanizes, debases, and beats your kid down to the point where they hate going to school? What you gonna do about that? What are you going to do about that? Are you ready? Are you preparing your children? Are you preparing your household? Are you preparing your spouse, your husband, your wife? Are you preparing your children and your grandchildren? Um, I'm trying to prepare my children and my grandchildren for what's to come. And a lot of times people can't understand unless they go through it. I've been through it, so I can talk about it. My kids, um, they've gone through some stuff, but not all the things that I've gone through. And so having to try to explain to them how to parent in a racist society is very difficult. Um, my son is just like, I don't, he just is besides himself. He just can't understand, all the things that he has to go through with his son. And I'm telling him, I want to do the same thing with y'all. I didn't let it stress me out. I know what I had to do. I wasn't gonna let anybody deter minds, and I wasn't gonna let anybody kill my kids' joy and their spirit. And I know that's a lot of times what our public schools do. They kill our kids' spirits. They kill their joy. They take away their minds, their ability to think critically, and you get a shell when you get home from work. All you got is a shell of a person because school done beat them down all day. The teacher, Miss Ann, done wore 'em out all day long, and her crew of friends, and that you're sending your kids into the lion's den every single day with these women. We go every single day to jobs into the lion's den. Like we're all in danger. It's not just the children, it's like everybody. Everybody. Even the bum on the corner who just hanging out all day long. They might not be doing nothing constructive, but they're not doing anything that's gonna build Edom up. And Edom is sick of excuse me, all of us. They realize that the end is near. The rule is over. The whole world is sick of them. And nobody wants to help them. Nobody is on their team. So that evil bitterness, that those ways that they have, they're getting ready to be amplified. They're getting ready to show us and show this generation how evil they are, how their ancestors have always been, and it's going to be amplified because it's the end time. So we dealing with end times principalities. They going to turn up on 10. And so we just need to be ready. So expect Edom to become very evil. The women and the men, even the children. There is going to be a remnant of them that's going to be saved. Probably going to be about 40. I'm just kidding. I don't know how many it's gonna be, but I don't anticipate it's gonna be a lot because they have a perpetual hatred for us. And for whatever reason, they have an inability to accept responsibility for their actions, and they have an inability to apologize. They will not apologize. They will not repent. So expect them to be more evil. Expect them to do harm to us, whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. They're going to come for us. When I say us, I mean true Israel. And the Gentiles who cleave unto us, y'all in danger too, because they not gonna like y'all for standing up for us. They're not gonna like y'all for being around us, sticking up for us. They're not gonna like that. So they're gonna come for you too. So you also have to be aware of the fact that your own people, people who look like you, are gonna despise you and try to harm you the same way they try to harm us as the ship sinks. So be aware that as things progress and start to get real bad, prices go up, these people gonna cut up on us. And I don't think y'all are really understanding. When I say this end of the second Reconstruction era, I honestly believe and mean that from the bottom of my heart. We're gonna have to fight our way out of here. We're gonna have to literally, physically fight to stay alive. And I don't know. I know it's a lot of people think, oh, they're just supposed to kill us and we just supposed to lay there and wait to be resurrected. Oh no. We ain't supposed to do that. Now you perish, you perish. But you ain't supposed to just be sitting around letting folks come do stuff to you and not protect yourself. Now I ain't saying retaliate, but you are supposed to protect yourself. So as things get worse and Edom start showing who they really are and how they really feel about us, be ready. Be ready because it's coming. If you're working, you should be expecting to be fired and you should be happy about it because I told you. Not that I'm a prophet or nothing, but I'm telling you what's coming. If you go to the grocery store one day and they tell you you can't come in here because you're a nigger, you should smile and turn around because guess what? It's all been prophesied. They already told you what they were going to, the word already told you what they're going to do to us. Is they've already told you what, how they feel about us. They've already told you they're not going to do anything for us. And they've shown us throughout history how they will treat us when they have the opportunities to. They've changed the laws on the books so they can mistreat us and handle us any kind of way. What you better be doing is getting your house in order, getting your family in order, sitting down having conversations about what y'all gonna tolerate, what y'all not gonna tolerate. Come up with codes so that y'all can speak when we can't talk. You better be talking to your young children about um, mistreatment, being violated, being disrespected, because even the little children are gonna come to school with the smoke. And so your kid's going to have to navigate this when you don't have those types of conversations and let them know it's okay for them to defend themselves. They end up taking a whole lot of stuff that they shouldn't take. And so I just want to, encourage y'all to really think about what's happening, how it is going to impact you, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and prepare. Sit down, think about how they treat us when things are good. Imagine how they're going to treat us when stuff gets bad. It's just a matter of time and it's coming. Soon as their money gets snatched, they coming for us. Soon as, if one of them happens to get fired before the black person, they coming for us. They're going to have a lot of reasons to come for us. They're going to come for us because they know who we are. And if we cry out, it's over. It's a wrap. So make sure you got your ducks in a row, family. Make sure you understand that these people are not playing with us. And I'm not telling you this to be fearful. I want you to be aware. And so you won't be caught off guard by the disrespect. So you won't be caught off guard by being fired or, folks not want to include you and stuff anymore. Don't be caught off guard when your kids come home, start complaining about how the teachers and friends been harassing them. And you can't go sit in the classroom and observe anymore because everybody's scared. Parents gonna do something. Just nonsense. But be ready, family. Edom is coming for us. They're starting to get evil. They're gonna lie. They're gonna cheat. They're gonna steal. They're gonna destroy their way out of here. Be ready. All right, y'all. This is Marlon K. Love y'all, and I'm out.